Good morning, grade 3. Today we're going to continue discussing the second half of the chapter 7. But before we do that, let's first remember what happened at the last part of the first half. Yes? As we can see in the picture, here is Ben who already found Mary, Colin, and Deacon inside the secret garden. He was so confused. How come there are children inside the secret garden? Because the secret garden has been locked for already 10 years. Yes, you remember that? Okay. Now, when he realized that it was really Colin with Mary and Deacon inside the secret garden, he was so confused. Yes? He couldn't believe that Colin is there. Yes? Because he knew only that Colin was just inside his bedroom, very sick, waiting for him to die. Yes? All right. But Colin proved Ben that he really is the one there with Mary and Deacon, that he is strong and he is fine, and that he has no crooked back. So at the end, Colin made Ben believe that he really is fine. Now, Ben was asked by Colin to get down from the wall and join them inside the secret garden to keep their secret. And what is their secret? Their secret now is that they have found the secret garden and the four of them are already working together, keeping the secret. Okay? Now let's go to the first part of the second half. Okay? You have to read with me. Okay? That was the first of many beautiful afternoons in the secret garden. Colin was brought there by Deacon and Mary nearly every day, and he saw all the changes that happened there during the spring and early summer. Ben Weatherstaff, now in the secret, joined them as often as he could. Okay, so what are the changes they are talking about here? We have here Colin was brought there by Deacon and Mary nearly every day, and he saw all the changes. What changes are these that Colin saw? We can say that one of the changes is more plants were already bearing flowers, more insects, more birds were already enjoying the beauty of the garden. The garden actually has become more beautiful with fresh air, with fragrant scents of the flowers. And of course, the changing of the weather from late spring to early summer. Okay, now let's continue, boys and girls. One day, Colin spoke to all of them. Listen, everybody. I think there's something like magic that makes gardens grow and things happen. Perhaps if I believe in it, the magic will make me strong. Let's all sit down in a circle and ask the magic to work. Okay, so we understand here that Colin is believing in something like magic. And what is this magic maybe? Do you think that there is a magician inside the secret garden who is making all these changes in the garden? Of course, there's no magician there. But what is this magic he is talking about? Or what is this magic that he thinks about? It's the magic that makes the garden grow and things happen. So who can make all these things happening? The magic here is pointing to the magic of God or Allah, yes? the magic of Allah, who can make everything in this world happening. Yes? So who can make the gardens grow? No one can do that except only Allah. Who can make things happen? No one except only Allah. Okay? So let's continue. So they sit down, yeah, in a circle and ask the magic to work. In that way, this is another way of maybe praying. They are praying, they're asking that the magic will gonna work for Colin. Okay? So they all sat on the grass in the circle, Deacon with his crow, his fox, and the two squirrels, Mary, Colin, and Ben. Colin repeated these words several times. The sun's shining. That's magic. Being strong. That's magic. Magic, help me. Magic, help me. Okay, so we can see here that Colin really wants the magic to work for him. He really wants to be stronger, to get better, and of course to live forever and ever, as he said at the first half. Yes? Okay, let's continue. At last, Colin stopped. Now I'm going to walk around the garden, he said, and took Deacon's arm. Slowly he walked from one wall to another, followed closely by Mary and Ben. And when he had walked all the way round, he said, "You see, I can walk now. The magic worked." Okay. "It's wonderful," cried Mary. "Your father will think he is dreaming when he sees you." "I won't tell him yet. I'm going to keep it a secret from everybody." So we have here another secret, yes? "I'll come to the garden and walk and run a little more every day until I'm as healthy as any other boy. Then, when my father comes home, I'll walk up to him and say, 'Here I am, Father. You see, I'm not going to die.'" So we understand here, my dear boys and girls, that Colin really wants to get well. Okay? And that is very important, yes? Anybody who is sick must have the courage, the bravery, the willingness, the hope, and strength to make themselves believe that they are really going to get better. A sick person like Colin must not think that he is really going to die. Yes? So this is the beauty of the story. It's a challenge. Yes, it's a big challenge for anyone who is sick to really think he is going to get better. Okay? Now let's move to the next page. Now began a difficult time for Colin and Mary. Deacon told his mother about it one evening as he was digging the cottage garden. "You see, Mother, they don't want the doctor or the servants to guess that Colin can walk and is getting better. So they have to pretend or act that he is still ill and just as disagreeable as he used to be." So this means that the children are really keeping their secret, that they don't want anyone to observe that Mary and Colin are really going healthier and healthier each day. So that Deacon understood this and he told this secret to his mother. Let's see what the mother of Deacon will gonna reply. Okay? "If they're running about all day in the fresh air, that will make them hungry, I should think. Now, if the fresh air will gonna make them hungry, what is the effect? Of course, they will gonna be healthier and healthier. Yes, each day. Okay, let's continue. Yes, that's the problem. They're both getting fatter and healthier, and they really enjoy their food now. But they have to send some of it back to the kitchen uneaten. So, why do they have to do this? Sending some of the food back to the kitchen uneaten. It's because they want to make the servants believe that they don't have the appetite to eat. They want the servants to believe that they are not getting better. Okay? But that was just a trick. No? Okay. If they eat it all, people will realize how healthy they are. Of course, yes? Sometimes they're very hungry. Okay. Now, Mrs. Sowerby said, I know what we can do. You see, the mother of Deacon is now becoming like a friend of the three. Yes? Okay, so let's see. You can take some fresh milk and some of my newly baked bread to the garden in the mornings. If they have that, it will do them a lot of good. What a game those children are playing. And she laughed until tears came to her eyes. Why did she laugh? Did she laugh at them hiding their secrets? Of course not. She laughed because she was very happy, learning that now, especially Colin, including Mary, are now getting better. She laughed because of joy. So her tears were tears of joy. Joy that now Colin and Mary are healthy. Of course, one afternoon, when they were all working in the garden, the door opened and a woman came quietly in. Who must that woman be? Okay. It's Mother, cried Deacon and ran towards her. I told her where the door was because I knew she would keep the secret. So it means to say, Deacon really knows well his mother. Yes, that his mother is a person who can keep the secret, who respects the secret being told by Deacon to her. Okay, and if we remember at the beginning of the story, the mother of Martha and Deacon really is a sensible, kind woman. Yes? Okay, so let's continue. Colin held out his hand to her. I've wanted to see you for a long time, he said. Dear boy, Susan Sowerby whispered, holding his hand. You're so like your mother. Do you think, asked Colin carefully, that will make my father like me? I'm sure it will, she answered warmly. He must see you. He must come home now. So why did Colin ask, do you think that will make my father like me? When Susan Sowerby said you're so like your mother? Yes. So Colin asked this because he knew that his father wasn't visiting him often in his bedroom because he doesn't like to remember what happened to his wife, the mother of Colin. Yes? Okay. When he looks at Colin's face, he remembers his wife. So he is avoiding to go and visit Colin often in his bedroom. And Colin knows that. That's why he is asking this now. Okay? You see how healthy the boy is, Susan? Asked old Ben. Look how strong and straight his legs are now. Yes, she laughed. Playing and working outside and eating good Yorkshire food has made him strong. And Miss Mary, too, she added, turning to Mary. Mrs. Medlock heard that your mother was a pretty woman. You'll soon be as pretty as she was. Do you believe in magic? Colin asked her. I do, she answered, but everybody gives it a different name. It makes the sun shine, then the seeds grow, and it has made you healthy. So, who do you think has made Colin healthy? Is it the air? Is it the plants, really? Is it Mary? Or is it anyone? Or is it the flowers there? No, of course, it must be Allah, making everything happening. Yes? Okay. Let's continue now. She sat down on the grass and stayed for a while, talking and laughing with the children in the quiet, sunny garden. When she stood up to leave, Colin suddenly put out a hand to her. How I wish you were my mother, he whispered. Mrs. Sowerby put her arms around him and held him to her. Dear boy, you're as close to your mother as you could be here in her garden. And your father will gonna come back soon. Okay, grade 3, I hope you understand completely the lesson. Okay? So this is the end of chapter 7, and maybe next time we will gonna discuss the chapter 8, Mr. Craven Comes Home. Okay? Bye.